Dozens of black voters in Georgia will get their voting rights back after they were snatched from the voting rolls. The move concludes a dispute between Hancock County and the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. County officials sent sheriff's deputies to summon black voters to appear before them and prove they lived in the county. Because of the action, it said the board deemed ineligible more than 5% of the city's 988 registered voters. The Lawyers Committee said the methods violated the law, and now the county has agreed to a settlement. Also, folks, let's talk about what happens in Texas. So this is interesting. Of course, Texas is being sued when it comes to the issue of voter ID law. Well, guess what? They filed evidence in court that is unbelievably weak. They laid out that in a span of about 12 years, guess how many cases of voter fraud they found? 12. Let me say it again. In an effort to prove voter fraud, they presented 12 cases in court. Here with us, Christian Clark with the Lawyers Committee. So, Christian, this is interesting to me. First of all, the Georgia case is crazy, where literally they were sending folks to someone's house. Are you registered? I mean, that's the level of voter intimidation we harken back to the 60s.
That's exactly right. This is old-fashioned, old-school voter suppression at work. What elected officials undertook here was a so-called effort to clean up the registration rolls, and in that process, they removed virtually all of the people removed were legitimately registered African-American voters. They deployed the sheriff's office to people's homes. The sheriff would knock on your door and say, you are being summoned to come down and provide proof of your continued eligibility. Needless to say, this had a chilling effect throughout the community. There was a whistleblower on the ground who caught wind of what was happening. He was attending local meetings where they weren't really recording or publicizing what was happening, and he realized that something was afoot. So he went out, bought a recorder, and started documenting these meetings where they were stripping black voters from the rolls. He contacted a local advocate who in turn called the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under law, and we filed suit. There was just no way to turn a blind eye to what was happening here. What I hate about this is a poor rural part of Georgia, a community that is off the beaten path, and these are the places sometimes where we see the ugliest voter suppression tactics today. We need people to speak up when these efforts are playing out in their communities. We have folks here in Washington, D.C. who claim that vote fraud is what we need to contend with in our country when there is ugly voter suppression like this happening all over the country.
A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not gonna let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.